Hello, hello. So, for the first time ever, you actually get to see my face in half-decent lighting. Poor you. Anyway, this video is going to go into the category of videos where I'm talking about something I've never spoken about before in my life. So, it probably won't make any sense, but I think it's interesting to see, for me at least, to see how my thought process unravels. So let's talk about something I've been noticing in the last few days especially, which is my kind of powerlessness, really. How all I am, all I experience is literally just a result of, is just caused by everything else. So, like, just how I am at work, like, the state I'm in is transferred from other people around me. I mean, I can safeguard it to some extent by meditating or whatever, but even that has come from me being, influenced by other things and, like, prodded in that direction by whatever other reasons. And the same for, like, literally everything about me. It's, there's nothing that, like, I cause. There's no, like, me that does it. It's like, just now I sit in meditation, and the quality of my meditation, I just feel I can just see it. All the tensions, the thought patterns, the stuff, it's just a reverberation, like an echo of what I've been up to, what I've been around, my current surroundings, the weather, how much I've eaten, all that kind of stuff. Even how I sit is, dictated by, like, what books I've read, what teachers I've come across, how I've navigated things in light of other of my experiences. And even when I'm sitting there being like, oh, should I sit like that? Should I sit like that? Or should I not sit, or whatever? Those moments of letting go as well, those are things which are thought patterns which have arisen from other thought patterns or, like, previous habits, whatever, which have been fed to me by other people. Even the language I use in my head is, derived from all sorts of sources. But those sources are themselves from other sources, so there's this, like, infinite regress till you get this point where everything's just this blur of, like, you try to pinpoint something and suddenly it just, like, scatters into more infinite little specks, but each of those specks, once you look at it, is also full of all the other infinite specks. And so there's nothing that you can really put your finger on as being like, this is it, or I am it. I think that, while in my current job I've made pretty much as valiant an effort as one can make towards, doing things to stay sane, stay calm, whatever, there is just the grim reality of it. Grim is the strong word, but there is just the reality of it, that when you're in a certain atmosphere, 5 days of the week, you get that atmosphere influences you. Especially when it's that much time you're in that atmosphere, got that much demand. I mean, I'm certainly infinitely less stressed than I was a few years ago due to the results I make, the efforts that I make. around that, but it does feel like there's an upper limit. Now, well, we'll soon to be tested, because if all goes to plan, then I will start my Alexander Technique teacher training in the next week. I'm doing that 2 mornings a week, having 4 hours of that 2 mornings a week. That's enough of a buffer, of a counterbalance to the working life. I think that that I'm really interested to see how that will affect my working hours. And indeed, what I'm really interested to see is whether, when I'm working, I can sort of carry my Alexanderiness into my working life, into my everyday, into all moments, and not actually get sucked into the whole thing. So stay tuned, because that's going to be fucking interesting. Planes, eh? Alright. No.